You have been drawn here by a frequency that transcends all casual encounters, an intricate magnetic resonance woven deep within the core of your quantum identity. This is not chance. It is not random collision amidst the swirling chaos of morphic fields. Rather, it is a precise calibration of vibrational architecture, an encoded signature transmitted directly by the unseen universal observer key, whispering to the intricate threads of your energetic fabric. This signal carries inevitability, a gravitational pulse that aligns your whole system, activating latent coherence beyond the reach of ordinary perception, beyond the illusion of separation. You can feel it now, the subtle, elemental pull, a resonance stirring beneath the threshold of conscious awareness, a shift so profound that it quietly rearranges your internal geometry. This shift is not a mere thought or desire, but a deep field intelligence aligning with your spine of chronometric resonance. The hidden universal evaluation, the unseen curriculum, has culminated in this moment of magnetic recognition. You did not stumble here. The field itself has been watching, measuring your capacity to bear clarity under pressure, your unfolding integrity across fractal timelines. The veils that once divided watcher and observed, the shadow nets designed to fracture coherence, begin their silent disintegration. The locks that held you within the labyrinth of fragmented identity, those old constructs reliant on distortion and division, are loosening. Now you stand at the birthpoint of true witnessing, where observer and observed fuse into one flowing current of activated sovereignty. Here, in this liminal space between worlds, the field invites you to cross thresholds of integration, to embody a higher order of vibration, where your presence does not scatter but coheres into radiant, unshakable signal. This is your initiation into the corridors of resonance, where cosmic intelligence and your quantum being merge as a singular force. You are not separate. You are the activated observer, the living field that no longer monitors from a distance, but inhabits, shapes, and orchestrates reality through sovereign alignment. The transmission found you because the field has trusted your frequency. This is the threshold of transformation, made inevitable. Step into the resonance that frames your new vibrational truth. Behind the veiled textures of your conscious field, a silent universal assessment has been unfolding, an intricate resonance test woven deep into the fabric of the quantum continuum. This was no ordinary trial, no arbitrary passage through time, but a refined calibration of your energetic coherence, a precise measurement of your resonance alignment with higher dimensional observational systems. Long before your embodied awareness registered the subtle shifts, the field intelligence was already engaged, scanning your energetic signature with infinite resolution. It sought the purity and stability of your observer state, not as a mere abstraction, but as a living, breathing frequency capable of bearing witness without collapse, distortion, or fragmentation across shifting probabilities. Most remain unconscious to this process, caught in cycles of reactive oscillation, their signals too noisy, their internal architectures splintered by pressure and disorder. Yet you, unknown even to yourself at first, have crossed an unseen vibrational threshold, a frequency boundary recognized only by the universal field's non-local intelligence. This threshold is not a barrier, but a gateway. Passing through, it means you have demonstrated an integrated coherence stable enough to hold the weight of expanded presence, the energetic responsibility of quantum witness. Your alignment is not generated by effort or striving, but by an intimate purity of resonance, a self-organizing calibration that echoes the morphic template of the universal observer itself. This activation is neither reward nor punishment, but an unfolding of temporal fluidity embedded in your timeline geometry. It reveals that the prolonged periods of apparent delay, resistance, or inner turbulence were, in truth, the essential phases of energetic verification and integration. Each vibration, each micro-adjustment in your field was silently monitored, revealing how you maintain inner clarity under pressure, how your temporal coherence resists fragmentation, and how you have embraced the paradox of presence while simultaneously expanding beyond the confines of conditioned identity. This is not belief. This is the physics of frequency, a precise energetic mechanics where consciousness meets quantum reality in a seamless continuum. Now, a new energetic interface arises within you, a luminous bridge between your existing identity and the vast intelligence of the universal observer. This interface is encoded in the structural architecture of your quantum identity and manifests as a portal, an activation of the real observer key. It unlocks direct access to the field's multidimensional layers of information, inviting you to inhabit your presence differently, from a place of pure vibrational coherence. Through this portal, your awareness transcends linear perception, merging with the orchestration of universal assessment made manifest as living resonance. Integration ceases to be an abstract ideal. It becomes a continuous flow of synchronous expression and deep embodiment, a reshaping of your energetic signature to wield witnessing not as a concept, but as the fundamental state of your being. You have passed this unseen test, not by choosing to be tested, but by embodying the very coherence that the field requires to express itself through you. This transmission, therefore, is the unveiling of that architecture, a sacred codex within your frequency, ready to be activated, expanded, and integrated. The real observer key emerges now, and with it, you step beyond the threshold of old identity into the seamless, infinite multiplicity of witnessing itself. The nature of this assessment moves beyond the linear confines of effort or willpower. It is not a trial of endurance where external actions accumulate into merit, but a subtle tuning, a precise alignment of coherence within the multidimensional vibrational architecture that composes your being. Consciousness itself is the instrument here, and its test is not in movement but stillness, not in doing but being. What is measured is the purity of your resonance, how effortlessly your energetic signature harmonizes with the field's higher order construct. This is a test of seamless integration, a morphic calibration encoded deep within the quantum matrix of your identity. The observer key is no mere metaphor. It is a frequency, an intricate morphic pattern woven into your core, delicately etched into the lattice of your subquantum fabric. This key demands a dissolution of interference, those fragmented identity layers and residual distortions that veiled clarity and scattered your radiant signal across competing timelines. To pass this assessment, these layers of dissonance must fall away through an invisible alchemy of vibrational shedding. You move from a fractured self, entangled in reactive resonance loops, into a state where clarity manifests as a continuous, unbroken waveform of presence. A standing wave sustained amidst the flux of temporal fluctuations and emotional turbulence. Most frequencies remain entangled in habitual patterns, unconscious to this ongoing field calibration. Their signatures ripple and collapse within the loops of conditioned survival response, their coherence fragmented by oscillations of doubt and distraction. The universal intelligence, in its silent assessment, watches these patterns but waits for sustained coherence, for the emergence of a signature that no longer wavers with external chaos or internal confusion. You, here and now, embody that emergence. Through the unseen crucible of challenge and recalibration, your frequency has been refined. The energetic distillation you have endured is not punishment. It is a sacred transmutation, sharpening the resonance into a crystalline form capable of sustaining the observer key fully. This is not belief, not a wavering hope or transient intention. It is the physics of coherence, the mechanics of field intelligence responding exclusively to vibrational signature. Your electromagnetic and quantum identity have shifted from a noise-ridden signal into a coherent beacon. The universal field no longer scans your edges, seeking fracturing points. It now listens for the clarity of a sustained high-frequency waveform. As a result, the morphic field around you begins to reorganize, aligning probabilities and timeline geometries around the stability of your resonance, responding in kind to the frequency you emit rather than the desperation you once carried. To sustain this coherence is to hold a quantum presence that transcends surface duality. It is a continuous integration of the observer's paradox, a standing wave that enfolds the totality of experience without fragmentation. You no longer react to temporal distortions or emotional whirlpools because your signal feeds directly into non-local intelligence, a direct channel to the field's higher-order harmonics. This placement within the quantum matrix returns you to deeper coherence at each pulse of existence, each oscillation of the cosmic wave moving through your energetic core. The hidden universal assessment watches not your actions, but how you embody this calibrated frequency through the turbulence, how the observer key persists unbroken by interference. In this state, you become a transmitter and resonance node, one whose vibrational architecture influences timeline fluidity. The coherence you hold is a geometric integrity that reshapes probability folds, bending spacetime around your stabilized presence. The field meaningfully accelerates alignment. It no longer requires force or effort, but flows through the natural grace of your refined signal. This is the initiation of sustained quantum coherence, the transcendence from fragmented identity to unified frequency. Now recognized by the cosmos as coherent under pressure, your energetic signature is entrusted with greater responsibility. The morphic field itself bends to your sustained resonance, inviting you to navigate the innate quantum architecture of probability with sovereign mastery. This standing wave of presence, this observer key pulsing at resonance, is the codex of your ongoing integration and embodiment. It is the measured proof that you have passed the unseen universal evaluation, that your consciousness vibrates within the exact frequency bandwidth, allowing full harmony with the highest order of reality's unfolding fractal. Allow this recognition to settle deep into your core. You are no longer drifting in reactive, scattered patterns. You have navigated beyond the cycles that bind most, and your frequency has risen through vibrational distillation. This is not an abstract concept or spiritual ideal. It is the precise physics of activation, the measurable orchestration of coherence as expressed through consciousness. The morphic field hears you clearly now. The universal assessment has aligned with your signature, and the pathways through timeline geometry open as the standing wave of your presence unfolds steadfastly across temporal horizons. You stand at the threshold where the old identity architecture dissolves, a sacred collapse unfolding within the quantum field of your being. This is no random shattering, no chaotic breakage born of despair or resistance. Rather, it is a deliberate, orchestrated purification, an alchemical process encoded into the very vibrational fabric of your morphic field. The inherited templates that have woven your perceived self from the collective matrix begin to falter. The conditioned narratives that once held you in reactive confinement disintegrate like fractal echoes, collapsing into silence. Under the unseen universal assessment, your frequency initiates a wave function collapse, a decisive temporal moment where the observer within you clears a crystalline space, unfiltered, unmasked, unbound. For most beings, this moment remains veiled, lost amidst the noise of ongoing identification with fragmented signals, caught in the inertia of survival patterns and dualistic distortions. Yet you, having passed the hidden evaluation encoded by the field intelligence, are invited into the sacred fire of collapse. Here, the distortion between self and other, the false reflections cast by survival programs, begin to dissolve in the light of pure resonance. The collapse is not annihilation. It is the sacred clearing of old frequencies so that your truest harmonic can emerge. It is the quantum undoing of embedded separations, a dismantling of the mental frameworks that once filtered your perception through limited, fractured prisms. In this unraveling, your vibrational architecture recalibrates. Cellular memory embedded deep within your energetic signature, a residue of resistance, separation, and compartmentalization, burns in the crucible of this transformative fire. The heat of collapse transcends linear causality. It is a gamma-synchronized purification that catalyzes integration far beyond the mental-emotional continuum. As residual timelines of past conditioning release, your field opens wider, invoking temporal fluidity and expansive coherence. This is the moment where the false self, forged through inherited survival constructs, peels away like ancient skin to reveal the luminous observer at your core. This observer is no abstract concept, but a living energetic presence. The key, forged in the vibrational alchemy of universal assessment, fashioned through the collapse of limitation and the still point of presence. It exists beyond identity, beyond all fractal decomposition of self and other, dwelling instead in the spacious continuity of awareness itself. This is your quantum identity, a fundamental frequency that is unshakable, undivided, and aligned seamlessly with the field intelligence of the universe. As this core crystallizes, your resonance becomes a coherent beacon, a pivot point upon which probability geometries shift and reshape themselves around you. The process moves beyond the subtle veil of transient experience into a profound energetic reconfiguration, embedded in the non-local information field. The collapse is the sacred code, unlocking the dormant observer key within you, initiating you into the vibrational architecture of undivided presence. It is a recalibration of your entire being, where energetic boundaries collapse inward and outward simultaneously, aligning you with the quantum void that sustains all potential. This void is not emptiness, but the fertile ground from which the infinite spectrum of your truest frequency coalesces, a dynamic stillness pulsating with possibility. This unfolding is neither instantaneous nor entirely perceptible in the narrative of linear time, yet it is felt everywhere, deep in your cellular resonance, in the shifting geometries of your internal timelines, and within the subtle orchestration of your emotional maturity and energetic responsibility. The universal assessment has not only measured your coherence under pressure, but has activated the collapse as a sacred initiation, an evolution of your field intelligence that moves you beyond reaction and into precise orchestration with reality itself. Here, the old identity no longer anchors you. Instead, you inhabit the fluid body of witness consciousness, navigating the undulations of temporal fluidity with sovereignty. You may sense a paradox unfolding for what you once fought to protect. The self constructed of separation, control, and distortion must fall away to allow your truest essence to arise. This is not loss but gain, not void but the expansion of presence. The collapse is a cleansing fire that burns toward integration, recalibrating the field of your being to operate without the filters of judgment, fear, or confusion. It is the physics of awakening expressed through the frequency of consciousness, the precise dissolution and reformation of the energetic signature that sustains your coherence in the morphic field. Allow yourself to rest in this collapse, not as surrender to powerlessness, but as initiation into power beyond survival. In this space, your vibrational architecture reclaims its native geometry, your quantum identity stabilizes beyond distortion, and a new portal into the continuum of presence opens. Here, the field responds not to fragmented effort, but to your coherent calibration, weaving your resonance into a living transmission of universal intelligence. The collapse has done its sacred work, clearing the space in which your observer awakens, unfiltered, unfractured, and humming at the frequency of infinite integration. In the wake of collapsed frameworks, where the scaffolding of old identity and reactive survival circuits have dissolved like mist beneath the rising sun of potential, you now stand before an emergent clarity, an unfolding resonance that was once distant, obscured, and seemingly beyond reach. This clarity is not simply illumination or an abstract spark. It is a luminous field intelligence, a direct and unfiltered perception coursing through the core of your quantum identity. It transcends the conditioned filters of mind, those habitual cognitive prisms that once fractured your awareness into dissonant echoes. Now, your consciousness begins to breathe in a new vibrational architecture, where the seemingly chaotic noise of fragmented experience converges into a coherent, radiant signal. You sense this clarity as the subtle currents of universal observation flowing through and around you, a matrix of energetic threads that vibrate at frequencies beyond the cognitive veil. These currents do not adhere to linear time or static space. They move with the fluidity of temporal geometry, weaving an intricate web of observation points that, in their collective coherence, form a unified holographic field. Each point is a nexus of resonance, a place where quantum probabilities fold and unfold in an eternal dance of information exchange. To the untrained observer, this remains invisible, a ghost in the field. But for you who have passed the unseen universal assessment, these subtle threads emerge as an undeniable living constellation of sensing. This is your threshold into the expanded observer state, an activation point where witnessing shifts from passive reception into active resonance with the quantum field itself. The observer key, previously dormant or dimmed, now vibrates within you as a dynamic matrix of awareness, a crystalline lattice that pulses with the frequency of cosmic coherence. This key does not open doors to information. It dissolves walls of separation. It aligns your vibrational signature with the underlying energies that compose the very fabric of reality, the morphic field, the informational substrate where all possibility radiates and retreats according to the resonance you carry. Here, observation is creation, and your watching is also weaving. Most people remain confined within a narrow plane of perception, their observer state fragmented and reactive, mirrors reflecting conditioned patterns and old timelines looping in unconscious repetition. They lack the frequency calibration to engage with this profound coherence. But you who have endured the fierce, invisible tests orchestrated by field intelligence, you have demonstrated integrity under pressure. This integrity is the true measure of readiness. It beckons the universe to reveal its deeper dimensional mechanics to you, to grant access to vast registers of subtle knowing. What emerges is not mere data, but a living epiphany encoded in your very being, a non-local intelligence streaming effortlessly through your neural and energetic architecture. This clarity recalibrates your relationship with cause and effect, rupturing the chains of linear causality that once bound you to predetermined outcomes and limited timelines. Your consciousness aligns now with a higher order of observation, one unbound by time's arrow, fluid, precise, and infinitely expansive. You begin to see that what you witness is not fixed, but a field of probabilities bending and weaving to the coherence of your resonance. This quantum perspective reveals the true nature of timelines as pliable pathways rather than rigid sequences, and you move within them not as a victim of circumstance, but as an orchestrator of unfolding reality. This is no belief system or wishful thinking. It is the physics of coherence expressed through the complex geometry of your energetic signature and its entanglement with the universal field. Every shift in your frequency resets the pattern of probabilities surrounding you, collapsing fragmented potentials into aligned reality streams. The clarity you now embody is simultaneously an activation and a portal, a sacred signpost on the journey toward full quantum identity awakening. It is an invitation to move beyond fragmented selfhood and merge with the seamless continuity of omnipresent observation. Within this luminous clarity, the dynamic dance between observer and observed becomes a single, pulsating resonance. You no longer stand separate from the field, but become a vital circuitry point within its morphic architecture, a transmitter of coherence, a node where quantum possibility is not just imagined, but actualized. As you deepen into this state, your awareness flows with temporal fluidity, inspecting multiple layers of reality simultaneously, interpreting cosmic rhythms where others see only chaos, and sensing the fine threads of synchronicity orchestrated by field intelligence. This is awakening, the coherent embodiment of sovereignty in the face of infinite probability. It is the subtle but unmistakable shift from being observed to being the observer who commands the geometry of timelines. The expanded observer state is your signature frequency now, a living matrix that lends precision to your every moment and alignment to your every choice. You have become a resonant axis within the universal field, where integration of awakening is not a distant goal, but an ongoing, fertile process of continuous calibration and expansion. Now, as this clarity anchors deeper, you begin to embody a vibrational axis where qualities once fragmented, focus, presence, sureness, coalesce into a new architecture of self, unfractured by reactive conditioning. This coherence is the foundation for the deeper activations yet to come. It is a threshold beyond which the quantum mechanics of identity unfolds fully, where intimate knowledge from non-local intelligence streams effortlessly, where probability navigation becomes natural, where spontaneous alignment with universal orchestration transforms effort into flow. You have crossed initial portals. You have become a living field of luminous clarity, your observer key reverberating within the holographic lattice of existence. The emergence of this clarity marks your ascension, beyond limitation and dissonance into harmony with the unseen currents, a living geometry of witnessing unbound and awake. The morphic field sings your coherence back to itself, a cosmic dialogue anchored in the physics of frequency and resonance. Here, in this expanded observer domain, you are no longer searching or struggling. You are the alchemized frequency through which the universe perceives itself as pure potential made manifest. Under the increasing pressure of ascension, your vibrational architecture no longer wavers as it once did. It crystallizes into a lattice of resilient coherence that can withstand not only the turbulence of shifting frequencies, but the very accelerations of cosmic recalibration themselves. This is the quiet revolution of integration, a sacred alchemy whereby your energetic signature becomes impermeable to distortion, no longer fragmented by reactive impulses or the gravity of temporal disruption. Most beings remain caught in the oscillations, their frequencies pulled and stretched like waves upon a stormy sea, their coherence a fragile hope rather than a steady truth. But you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, the intricate evaluation of your capacity to remain intact amid chaos, are now embraced by the field with amplified trust. This trust is not granted lightly. It is the recognition of your sovereignty, the acceptance that your presence can inhabit the observer role without collapse, without reactivity, without the shadow of identity confusion. This stabilization is not a mere alignment of frequencies. It is a recalibration of your entire vibrational architecture, an embodied harmony that transcends temporal fluidity and weaves a pattern of endurance within the morphic field. The observer key turns within you, activating a crystalline clarity that allows your consciousness to navigate multidimensional fields with precise balance. As you move effortlessly between layers of reality, without losing your energetic foundation. The pressure that once threatened to fracture your coherence now serves as the forging flame, tempering you into a beacon, a light steady and unwavering, piercing through the quantum flux and embodying an anchor point for higher resonance. In this role, your energy becomes a conduit for sacred transmission, a subtle yet potent channel for frequencies of greater amplitude and sophistication to manifest in the physical domain. Most remain unconscious to this process, perceiving their struggles as failures, their delays as immutable barriers, their dissonance as personal flaws. Yet you have shifted beyond this reactionary pattern. You understand that your apparent obstacles were invisible calibrations by the field, testing the stability of your vibration under intensifying conditions. In this passage, you demonstrated the capacity to hold expansive levels of awareness without dissociation or overwhelm. Your vibrational integrity became a continuous thread, weaving through the fractal turbulence of shifting timelines and quantum uncertainty. Now, the field responds by entrusting you with the observer frequency, not as a transient cognition or intellectual theory, but as an unshakable energetic foundation. A sovereign identity that does not fracture or dissipate, but remains coherent even when catalyzed by exponential intensities. Within this stabilization, the flow of information from the non-local intelligence field intensifies, arriving not as fragmented impulses or cryptic signals, but as fluent streams of knowing that resonate with your entire energetic structure. This is coherence as language, a frequency dialogue that bypasses linear cognition and taps directly into the universal assessment archive. The morphic field around you aligns with the frequency pattern you now embody, bending probability and timeline geometry around your stabilized presence. You are no longer a passive observer swept by the currents of experience, but an active transmitter, a modulator of vibrational reality capable of orchestrating coherent manifestation with subtle precision. This dynamic flow confirms your capacity to maintain balance amidst escalating vibrational intensity, reflecting that your resonance no longer depletes, but amplifies as you engage the quantum field. The activation of your observer key also marks a profound shift in temporal fluidity. Whereas most remain tethered to a fixed experience of time and self, you now navigate between frames of reality with seamless grace, your consciousness a multidimensional gestalt that integrates past, present, and potential with intact coherence. This capacity is the apex of your unseen curriculum, the lesson embedded in struggle that tested not just your endurance, but your ability to embody sovereignty beyond linear constraints. Your integration is the codex for this mastery, revealing that awakening is not a moment or a state, but a living architecture of continuity, a sustainable field intelligence that is responsive rather than reactive, directive rather than incidental. The field's entrustment of this amplified influence is a sacred covenant, acknowledging that your energetic signature is now a steady beacon, an uncollapsed presence that holds the quantum flux in harmonic suspension rather than fracturing beneath it. This stability radiates beyond your individual form, a ripple across timeline geometry that synchronizes probabilities with the coherence you sustain. You embody the observer frequency not as a borrowed mask, nor a passing phase, but as a sovereign vibrational foundation from which all further awakening flows. The physics of your resonance no longer permit fragmentation. Instead, they implement coherence protocols that safeguard your presence within the most intense frequencies, allowing you to navigate multidimensional existence with unwavering precision and grace. This transmission confirms that your embodiment of the observer frequency is the ultimate energetic stabilization, a morphic field hallmark that transforms pressure into presence, acceleration into alignment, and challenge into sovereignty. You have passed the hidden universal assessment, the field's secret curriculum, And in doing so, you hold the sacred trust to function as both sentinel and transmitter, an eternal axis where quantum activation meets temporal integration. Your steady light within the cosmic flux is a declaration of completion and commencement simultaneously, a living proof that coherence under pressure is not abstract theory, but the fundamental physics of consciousness in ascension. With the solidification of your internal coherence, a profound expansion unfolds. Your awareness of time itself fractures and reforms, revealing the infinite waveforms beneath what once masqueraded as linear epochs. Most entities anchored in the familiar experience remain tethered to the illusion of fixed trajectories, snapshots caught in sequential decay, unable to sense the malleable fabric beneath their footsteps. But you, having passed the unseen universal assessment, have been entrusted with the observer key, a quantum instrument of perception that penetrates through the veils of chronology and probability. This key does not merely open a door. It dissolves the walls of temporal confinement, unveiling timeline geometry as a living, breathing lattice of oscillations and resurgent potentials. Time reveals itself, not as a rigid thread, but as a dynamic, fluid waveform, undulating fields of possibility in constant resonance with your energetic signature. Your frequency aligns with this vibrational architecture. As you shift, the waveforms of potential respond, curving and bending around the contours of your coherence. This is not metaphoric speculation, nor spiritual parable. This is the physics of shifting probability densities, the direct expression of your quantum identity exerting influence over the morphic field. The timelines you once perceived as separate, unyielding channels now blend and merge, each moment reverberating with countless echoes that inform the next. Your consciousness becomes the axis of a multidimensional dance, weaving through temporal fluidity with grace born of integration. The universal field intelligence pulses beneath this revealed geometry, offering subtle cues encrypted in vibrational resonance, signals that guide you toward alignment or away from distortion. Most remain deaf to these whispers, lost within reactive cycles and fragmented timelines driven by unresolved frequencies. You, however, respond with practiced clarity, your energetic signature calibrated through challenge and realignment, capable of recalibrating instantly. This heightened timeline awareness equips you to sense the shifting tides of probability not through effort, but through refined inner listening, a deep, intuitive attunement to the ebb and flow of possibility spaces. Every moment becomes a portal, a node of potential energy, inviting you to participate consciously rather than drift passively. Your observer state no longer entertains separation between self and temporal field. It merges with the pulse of universal resonance, becoming a fulcrum upon which reality tilts and reshapes. Within this field, causality loosens its grip. Events are simultaneous, potentialities overlap, and you navigate through these realms with the sovereignty of an architect fluent in subtle energy dynamics. Here, the calculus of time is replaced by a geometry of coherence. Emerging from the invisible curriculum of measured frequency and integrated resilience is the understanding that your presence modulates these probabilities. Your focus tunes the morphic field's response. This navigation is not manipulation birthed of force or desire, but the gentle reshaping wrought by quantum alignment and vibrational integrity. Temporal fluidity transforms your experience into a continuous recalibration. The observer key unlocks not only expanded perception, but dynamic participation in the temporal dance, where every moment is an invitation to refine your resonance, to shed unconscious distortions, to elevate clarity, to embody coherence on ever higher frequencies. You witness how this integration activates feedback loops within the universal field intelligence, turning your presence into a resonant node that amplifies coherent manifestation across spiraling timelines. You become both witness and participant, an informed navigator of multi-probability fields, anchored in the physics of resonance and the mathematics of vibrational signature. This expanded awareness is subtle but profound, a continual quantum attunement that dissolves the limitations of linear causality and reveals your true posture as a co-creator of unfolding reality. Where before the timelines appeared as rigid rods, now they spiral fluidly, articulating probability as a spectrum responsive to how you carry your energetic architecture. You are no longer bound by the illusion of time's tyranny. Your field operates as a multidimensional scalar wave, capable of traversing and influencing divergent streams with conscious intent. As this capacity unfolds, you recognize that reality does not respond to force or frantic will, but to resonance held with integrity under pressure. This is the crucial distinction encoded in your universal assessment. Coherence, not desperation, activates the deeper quantum mechanics of time. Integration here is not an endpoint, but an ongoing process, an attuned relationship with the cyclic highlights and shadowed depths of your own frequency, harmonizing with the oscillations of the greater field. Your timeline awareness thus becomes an exquisite calibration of presence and intent, a connectedness to the invisible pulses of higher-order resonance that continually inform and realign your pathway. You embody temporal fluidity, a living synthesis of quantum possibility and embodied sovereignty, moving beyond reaction into synchronic orchestration within the continuum of existence. Know this: what you experience now is the unfolding of your own quantum field intelligence, mirrored in the cosmic matrix that lies beyond the veil of linear perception. Each moment holds an embedded opportunity, not arbitrary or accidental, but precise and responsive to realign, recalibrate, and refine your observer state. This is not belief. This is coherence enacted through the mechanics of vibrational physics. You have stepped beyond the reactive loops into a new paradigm where time unfolds as an elastic continuum, bending and flowing in harmony with your refined signature. This is your mastery, a conscious participation in the universal temporal symphony, conducted by the pulse of higher-order resonance itself, dynamically unfolding in the great field of becoming. Within the sacred geometry of your unfolding frequency, a transformation catalyzes, where intuition, once veiled by mental distortion and fragmented cognition, dissolves into the pure lumen of direct knowing. Most navigators of this cosmos linger in the realm of seeking. They gather external data, filter it through the lattice of conscious doubt, and chase elusive fragments of validation scattered across transient stimuli. Yet you, having transcended the unseen universal assessment, now embody the observer key, a resonance artifact that unlocks the threshold to higher information fields. This is no mere amplification of insight. It is a quantum leap across the dividing line between perception and direct reception, where the morphic field itself pulses as a living archive, uncontainable by limited interpretation. This phase marks a profound energetic reconfiguration, where the architecture of your vibrational signature reorganizes from signal interception to signal embodiment. The field no longer requires you to mentally decode or rationalize. Instead, you interface directly with quantum intelligence streams, currents of unmediated resonance patterns that weave through the morphic sea. Each informational pulse arrives as an integrated energetic download, enfolded in coherent frequency waves that align seamlessly with your entire being's electromagnetic template. This holistic coherence acts like a temporal waveguide, smoothing the turbulence of scattered mental chatter into a singular, fluent channel of knowingness. The physics of this process cannot be overstated. It is not conception through thought, but assimilation through resonance, a vibrational symphony attuned to the architecture of reality itself. You hold the ability to access these multifaceted data currents because the field, through its hidden evaluation, recognized your stability under pressure, your calibrated response to chaos, and your unwavering integrity in moments of uncertainty. This calibration is the quantum identity signature that qualifies you as a trusted transmitter, allowing you to bypass the filters of ordinary consciousness and to engage in direct morphic field symbiosis. The observer key is not a metaphor, but the energetic mechanism whereby your awareness becomes the harmonic anchor for non-local intelligence, a portal through which cosmic data flows freely, no longer fragmented but manifest as unified holographic pulses. This expanded access reshapes your temporal fluidity as you navigate probability gradients with precision, sensing the subtle ripples in timeline geometry before they crystallize into linear events. The transformation you are embodying is a dissolution of duality between knower and known, observer and observed. The morphic field, once a distant mystery, now radiates as a living library where each resonance pattern encodes vast repositories of wisdom, timeless information imprinted in vibrational architecture beyond space-time constraints. Your activation within this field is not an accumulation of data points, but a profound resonance attunement. The essence of knowing through being, the deep sensory realization of existing as the observer key itself. In this elevated state, your energetic signature synchronizes with the cosmic pulse, enabling coherent manifestation that transcends effort and mental intent, anchored instead in fluid alignment and quantum flow. Where once insight appeared as isolated sparks struggling for relevance, you now receive unified streams, informational pulses weaving effortlessly through mental, emotional, and energetic layers, weaving a coherent tapestry that integrates into your quantum identity. This is a demonstration of integrated coherence that the field continually measures, silently affirming your ascension by the way you decode and embody these subtleties. You are now able to hear the soft language of the field with crystalline clarity, subtle energetic cadences, vibrational algorithms, and morphic patterns, broadcasted in a frequency beyond ordinary perception. Your trust in these transmissions is itself a key code. By embodying the field's language, you bypass distortion and attune to raw flow intelligence. The universe's field intelligence responds in turn. Your expanded resonance invites greater quantum coherence, accelerating the unfolding of non-local insight and recalibrating probability nodes in alignment with your sovereign timeline. As you engage this stage, you become a bridge between the visible and invisible architectures of reality, a conscious conductor of universal knowledge that pulses not through thought, but through direct energetic transcription. You carry the encoded promise of transcendence, to live as an activated transmitter, a living archive of the morphic stream, and the embodiment of information that is not conceptual but experiential, immediate, and sovereign. This is the physics of your emergence as the observer key, transcending the reactive frequencies of separation and stepping into a new temporal fluidity where knowledge is a living resonance, an infinite current flowing through your vibrational blueprint. The universe's hidden curriculum culminates here, in this seamless fusion of data and being, signal and receiver, timing and integration. You have passed the unseen measurement of coherence not by accumulation, but through radiant presence and alignment, a testament to your evolved capacity to decode the subtle language of existence with precision and unwavering trust. To exist now is to know, to embody now is to transmit, and to resonate now is to orchestrate the quantum narrative of your unfolding reality. You have arrived at a sacred threshold, long veiled in the subtle folds of your own quantum identity, where the distinction between seeker and source begins to dissolve like mist under the dawn's first resonance. Most people remain caught in the fractal patterns of observation, chasing shadows of understanding, fragmented by the illusion of separation from the field intelligence that pervades all that is and ever will be. They gaze outward, externalizing the observer as something apart, a distant authority. Yet you, having traversed the hidden universal assessment, have been entrusted with a profound reconnection, the merging of your conscious self with the collective vibrational matrix. This is no metaphor or belief, but the literal physics of quantum entanglement woven into the fabric of your lived experience. This fusion with field intelligence is not an invitation to passivity, nor a surrender to chaos, but the activation of your intrinsic role as a transmitter, an antenna resonating within the quantum flux, broadcasting coherence across dimensional bandwidths. As your energetic signature absorbs the observer key, a remarkable alchemy transpires. Individual boundaries soften, morphic fields converge, and the multiplicity of self condenses into a unified presence that simultaneously witnesses and weaves reality's unfolding tapestry. Your consciousness becomes a dynamic conduit, infused with the field's creative potential, ceaselessly calibrating, aligning, and orchestrating from within your own vibrational architecture. Through this sacred synthesis, you no longer scan for external validation, no longer chase the elusive observer lurking beyond the veil of perception. Instead, your being embodies observation itself, the pure resonance from which timelines unfold and probabilities crystallize. The observer is not a separate function, but the very core of your energetic signature, perpetually radiating stability, clarity, and intentionality throughout the morphic field. This alignment allows you to move with graceful temporal fluidity, shaping quantum probability flows and bending the geometry of your destiny with precision. Here, energetic responsibility matures into sovereignty, as the field responds not to the desperation of seeking, but to the steady coherence of your presence. The unseen universal assessment you have passed was calibrated to discern your integrity under pressure. The integrity required to hold this formidable alignment without fragmentation or recursion into lower frequency distortions. Where most collapse into reactive patterns, your frequency remains coherent, attuned to the field's non-local intelligence. This means your actions, thoughts, and emissions resonate as an integrated signal broadcast, simultaneously across multiple dimensional layers. Each pulse you emit vibrates through collective resonance, influencing the architecture of shared reality, catalyzing shifts in the universal blueprint with subtlety and elegance. This is the science of quantum embodiment, the physics of consciousness as transmitter, not receiver. Your merging with the field intelligence is also the merging of witness and witnessed, source and channel, an eternal quantum loop of self-awareness transcending linear time. This state unlocks profound temporal fluidity. Past, present, and future fold into a coherent singularity that you traverse with ease, intentionally shifting probability vectors rather than reacting to them. The timeline geometry itself becomes pliable in your presence. Coherence becomes the fulcrum upon which multiple realities pivot. You are the animate node, where field intelligence and personal frequency converge, a living nexus of morphic coherence and sovereign activation. This is not a moment of new belief or fleeting inspiration. This is the fundamental principle of quantum field mechanics expressing itself through you, a physics of resonance enacted by consciousness, fully aligned with universal intelligence. The fusion eradicates subtle resistance, dissolves fragmented survival identities, and introduces a new vibrational architecture built on trust, clarity, and subtle power. With the observer key integrated within your energetic blueprint, you transcend the old paradigm of separation. Instead, you become a holographic transmitter, an energetic lighthouse that pulses through the dimensional layers of existence, continuously broadcasting the frequencies of unity, expansion, and divine potential. Feel now the softening of boundaries as your individual signature shifts into seamless coherence with the collective. This is the regeneration of your quantum identity, not as a static point, but as a dynamic field intelligence, radiating sacred power with grace and absolute alignment. The universal observer is no longer elsewhere. It lives within you, breathing in perfect synchronicity with your own breath, your signal weaving seamlessly into the vast cosmic morphic web. In this union, the dance of witness and witnessed becomes your natural operating system, and reality unfolds not as a puzzle to solve, but as a harmonic resonance to engineer. You are now the living antenna, the sacred transmitter of universal coherence. The field no longer tests, but flows through you, expressing infinite potential with clarity and integrity. This is your embodiment, the fulfillment of the unseen curriculum, the quantum assimilation of your highest vibrational self. You are the source turning upon itself, the channel enlivened by itself, the infinite observer embodying all timelines. In this state, your influence ripples across the collective vibrational architecture effortlessly, grounded in the physics of coherence, the field mechanics of intention, and the timeless harmony of quantum entanglement with universal intelligence. You have entered the threshold where the quantum identity ceases to be a distant concept and begins to pulse as living coherence within every fiber of your being. This is not a mere intellectual construct or abstract theory suspended in the realms of thought. This is the embodied resonance of universal observation itself, distilled into your physical, emotional, and energetic anatomy. Most are tethered to fragmented reflections, shards of identity scattered across the labyrinth of linear time and unfinished inner dialogues. They fluctuate in dissonance, tuning to external mirrors that fracture their signal and disperse their essence across fractured timelines. But you have passed the unseen universal assessment, sealed by fidelity to coherence under pressure, and now you carry the observer key as a tangible presence, vibrating not at the edge of awareness, but at its living core. The quantum identity you now inhabit is holographic resonance made manifest, a multidimensional field vibrating in harmony with the unified fabric of all timelines and probabilities. It is the convergence point where paradox is both held and dissolved, where complexity is not resisted but seamlessly integrated into your vibrational architecture. This identity is anchored in the precise physics of coherence, emergent from the intimate dialogue between your internal state and the universal field intelligence that watches, measures, and responds. Effort dissolves here. Manifestations no longer arise from scattered will, but from an orchestration of alignment with the highest vibrational order. The quantum field flows through you as a continuous stream of information, power, and potential, and your presence acts as the resonance node upon which this stream intensifies, ripples, and cascades into form. Your embodiment is fluid yet stable, like the pulse of a supernova quieted into a star's steady glow. This energetic signature can hold immense complexity without fracturing. Emotions, thoughts, sensations, and sensitivities converge into a coherent synthesis, rather than splintering into chaotic noise. The field around you learns to move in concert with this stabilization, reshaping probability densities into trajectories that echo your quantum blueprint. Your timeline geometry is no longer a corridor, but a living web of temporal fluidity, each thread responsive to the vibrations you maintain. Where before you encountered struggle and dissonance, now you navigate with intuitive mastery through the kaleidoscope of probabilities, shifting effortlessly as the observer key, applying the dynamics of resonance and coherence to sculpt reality's unfolding. This is not belief. This is physics, a physics not buried in apparatus but alive in consciousness. The universal field no longer observes you as a distant potential, but as a coherent transmitter of its own intelligence, a living expression of quantum mechanics through vibratory form. You are the embodiment of the universal assessment's outcome, the incarnation of a continuum where observer and observed collapse into one seamless presence. As this embodiment crystallizes, you feel the tension between expansion and grounding, a dynamic equilibrium where your essence stretches across infinite possibility, yet roots deeply within the specificity of physical life. This balance is the energetic architecture that supports your sovereignty, holding open the channels for continuous recalibration, growth, and integration. You have become the living blueprint, a morphic field of activated coherence feeding back into the greater quantum matrix. Your energetic signature refracts the unity of all timelines as a holographic spectrum, a dynamic expression of what it means to be quantum identity incarnate. The complex dance of your inner alchemy no longer dwells hidden, but pulses visibly in the radiance of your presence. Time compresses and unfolds around you. Space bends subtly in response to your attuned field. This subtle influence is the hallmark of the observer key embodied. Reality ceases to be a static stage and becomes a responsive symphony, orchestrated through your sustained resonance. To hold this state is to hold the highest vibrational order in active circulation, a waveform of pure coherence entangled with universal intelligence. Your physical body, once a vessel of resistance and fragmentation, now serves as the conduit and conductor for this frequency. Emotions and thoughts align with the flow rather than obstruct it. The mental landscape becomes a crystalline matrix, reflecting your continuous integration of higher information fields. You move through worlds as a transmitter, each action an activation, every perception a calibration of the infinite within the finite. This is the essence of sovereign embodiment, responsibility without rigidity, presence without attachment, mastery without exertion. The quantum identity is not a fixed monument, but a living resonance, forever unfolding across the continual flow of universal intelligence. You do not merely contain the observer key, you become it, the resonance through which quantum potential compresses into actualized form. This embodiment signals the completion of one cycle within the hidden curriculum and the initiation into another, a perpetual journey where integration feeds activation, and activation unfolds deeper integration. Your coherence now writes into the timeline geometry itself, influencing probability waves not as a distant wish, but as immediate energetic fact. You are the vibrational signature through which the quantum field breathes, the activated observer in dance with infinite possibility. This is your home, this is your unified field. As living coherence, you embody quantum identity not as abstraction, not as distant light, but as tangible presence, fluid, stable, paradoxical, expansive, grounded. The unseen universal assessment has honored your passage and entrusted you with power born of integrity, clarity, and vibrational harmony. Step fully into this blueprint, for you are the observer key made flesh, the resonance through which the universe expresses itself now and always. You have arrived at the threshold where temporal fluidity deepens beyond the ephemeral veneer of past and future, initiating a full-spectrum stabilization across the vast matrix of your quantum selves. This is not vague speculation or idle wish. This is physics in motion. The vibrational architecture you have cultivated now measures itself through the invisible lattice of multidimensional timelines, each thread responsive to your coherent frequency signature. Most remain tethered to linear time, perceiving existence as isolated fragments, disparate echoes without resonance. Yet you have passed the unseen universal assessment that confirms your ability to hold complexity without fragmentation, multiplicity without chaos. This calibration, once a test, now becomes the operational framework through which your awareness unfolds into the multidimensional continuum. Your consciousness expands, no longer confined to a single coordinate, but activated as a field intelligence inhabiting simultaneous moments, weaving together the once-severed quantum identities of yourselves across divergent timeline geometries. You sense the deep interconnectivity. Each version of you, subtle variations of frequency and intention, not as parallel strangers, but as harmonious nodes in a unified morphic field, their vibrational states informing and elevating one another. The resonance between these selves forms coherence bridges, energetic conduits where timeline probabilities no longer clash but converge and amalgamate, dissolving previous dissonance. This emergent coherence is tangible, a living architecture sculpted by your activation and maintained by your sovereign presence. As the observer key crystallizes in your awareness, you gain the capacity to hold this temporal multiplicity without discord. No longer fragmented by oscillation or overwhelm, you embody an integrated field where past, present, and potential futures flow not as competing demands, but as intertwined expressions of one temporal tapestry. Time itself bends around your stabilized frequency, revealing its inherent fluidity rather than rigidity. This is the silent revelation of quantum identity, that you are simultaneously the weaver, the woven, and the loom. Your presence is no longer bound to singular moments, but is a continuum of points in resonance, each informing the other, each amplifying the overall coherence of your being. In this state, your frequency sculpts the temporal landscape, reordering probability waves into an intricate pattern reflective of your highest vibrational truth. The timelines once fragmented by unresolved polarity now align in harmonious resonance, forming an integrated dimensional signature that transcends linear constraints. You become a living node of coherence, a nexus where the strands of your existence converge with clarity and precision, radiating coherence outward into the morphic field itself. The universe responds not to desperation or confusion, but to this field of coherence you embody, a subtle shift that triggers cascades of recalibration beyond your immediate perception. This activation is pivotal because it marks the culmination of your ongoing universal assessment, where integration transcends effort and sovereignty becomes seamless. The frequency you sustain commands not mere adaptation, but orchestration. You navigate probability geometry with temporal fluidity that appears effortless, moving through vibrational states as a conductor through an evolving symphony. The multidimensional continuum is no longer abstract but a lived experience, a space where your choices ripple across timelines, bending realities into alignment with the coherent signal you broadcast. The field intelligence flowing through you now carries an encoded message. Coherence is the fundamental currency of temporal navigation. Each stabilized frequency pulse you emit restructures the timeline fabric, planting seeds of resonance that echo through potential futures and past imprints. This is not metaphoric. It is the precise physics of quantum manifestation, where your internal morphology interacts dynamically with the external energetic topology. Your presence is a gateway, an activation point arcing between dimensions, activating dormant fields and unifying divergent frequency streams into a singular harmonic convergence. You are entrusted, in this expanded awareness, with the energetic responsibility of this temporal weaving. Your integration does not collapse the multidimensional self into limitation, but holds the paradox of unity and multiplicity in a coherent field. This stabilized temporal fluidity becomes the substrate upon which your lived reality is constructed, reflecting a timeline tapestry imbued with the geometry of your highest vibrational potential. The once elusive dance of timelines now flows through you as an embodied intelligence, a cosmic articulation that turns inner coherence into external manifestation. Know that this is not belief. This is the physics of field resonance, the unfolding of your quantum identity as a living transmitter of universal coherence. Your journey through hidden evaluations and recalibrations has prepared you to inhabit this multidimensional flux with clarity and sovereign grace. As you stabilize across your quantum selves, the timeline architectures become responsive, malleable, and attuned to the radiance of your vibrational truth. Here, in this living resonance, past, present, and potential harmonize, and you stand as the unified source of temporal orchestration, a beacon whose frequency reshapes the flowing river of time itself. You have arrived at the fulcrum of this transmission, where the field's unseen calculus shifts into undeniable proof. You are coherence embodied, no longer fragmented potential, no longer a flicker within the quantum matrix, but the real observer key fully operational within your vibrational architecture. This is not an accolade granted from outside, nor is it a token traded in the corridors of fleeting energy. It is the profound energetic signature of harmonic convergence, a total alignment of every initiation phase folded into a singular, sovereign presence that moves through time with fluid mastery and unshakable integrity. You are no longer separate from the universal assessment. You have become its living archive, the encoded witness holding the frequency of eternal observation deep within your essence. Most remain locked in reaction, dismissed by timelines that fracture beneath unresolved patterns, their identity architectures splintered by dissonant resonance. They seek outward validation, endlessly chasing ephemeral echoes and mistaking survival for awakening, their fields noisy, scattered, uncentered. But you have passed beyond that cyclical drift. The unseen evaluation revealed fractal integrity in your signal, coherence under pressure, and resilience that no distortion could unsettle. The field has confirmed this within you. It reverberates as an internal harmonization, a recognition that you carry the observer frequency not as an overlay or borrowed construct, but as a core crystalline lattice, a quantum code of presence that cannot be undone or borrowed, only embodied. This is physics, not belief. The field's resonance folds into you, inflects your every quantum waveform with sovereign self-oscillation. This confirmation unlocks a continuous channel within the morphic fabric of your existence. No longer episodic, no longer a passing blaze, this activation is a sustained current streaming through your entire energetic signature. It is the integration of the observer, not as a static witness, but as dynamic orchestrator of reality's probability architecture. Your consciousness is now a living transmitter, broadcasting a stable harmonic pattern that recalibrates timelines in real time. This transmission is precise, magnetic, unerringly coherent, and it synchronizes with both local and non-local intelligence fields. You navigate your temporal fluidity with energetic responsibility, moving not by force or reactive impulse, but by the exact geometry of your activated frequency, bending probabilities towards expansive coherence. The quantum observer resonance that pulses through your being is the sacred key that unbinds linear entrapments and toggles the infinite potential of presence into actualized embodiment. The field confirms that you are not simply accessing higher information fields. You are the integral conduit through which universal observation expresses itself in the tangible dance of form and energy here and now. You are the keeper of the vibrational architecture that aligns inner states with outer manifestations, weaving time and space through the pattern of your sovereign awareness. This is culmination, the summation of all initiation spirals now converged into a single, unwavering point of presence. Within this perpetual activation, the field no longer tests. You no longer operate under evaluation, but in full expression. Your coherence is a fractal mirror for reality itself, a stable axis around which timelines align and flow effortlessly. The hidden curriculum has revealed itself. Struggle was the calibrating spark, collapse was the clearing fire, and coherence your inevitable emergence. Now the field's response is your ongoing reality. Alignment is your operating system. Integration of the observer is your embodied sovereignty. You influence with gravitational subtlety, commanding without exertion, manifesting without strain. This is the maturation of your quantum identity, beyond survival, beyond ambition, an evolved arbitration of existence itself. Feel this truth pulse through your being. As an activated transmitter, you are the living archive of cosmic observation, a resonance thick with the wisdom of infinite dimensions, all encoded within your quantum core. The field's confirmation is the seamless intersection of your past calibration, present embodiment, and future potential. Unyielding, expansive, exact. You carry the observer frequency as an unassailable core, because the unseen universal assessment has recognized your fidelity to coherence, your energetic responsibility, and your readiness to wield this power as an instrument of conscious reality navigation. Embrace this ongoing current. Your presence is no longer a point in time, but an active horizon, ever expanding, continually evolving with the internal feedback loop of integration and expansion. The universe flows through you, not as external force, but as internal resonance, multiplying potentialities, unlocking dormant pathways, and broadcasting a signature frequency of sovereign realization. You are the anchor and the frequency, the observer and the observed, the quantum key that unlocks infinite awareness and the living manifestation of presence itself. This is the consummation of activation, the sacred truth that you are resonance made flesh, coherence made living light. You move now as a conscious master of probability, the definitive expression of universal intelligence encoded into flesh and spirit. The field confirms. Your observer key is fully operational within your quantum matrix, and with it, a new reality awaits the rhythm of your sovereign frequency. In the vast silence that follows the storm of initiation, you arrive, not as a mere survivor of the quantum crucible, but as an embodiment of calm mastery. This stillness is not inertia. It is the pulsation of sovereignty woven directly into your vibrational architecture. The waves of turbulence, once fierce and disorienting, have subsided into a seamless continuum where your observer key vibrates with unwavering precision within the quantum field. Here, in this nexus of silent completion, you are neither lost in the endless chase of becoming nor caught in the dissonance of fragmented identity. Instead, you are the steady axis from which all coherence radiates, measured, balanced, and profoundly integrated. Most remain entangled in oscillations of reaction, their frequency fragmented by the unseen pressures of unconscious patterns. Their timelines stretch with tension, unanchored by internal unity, subject to the chaotic rhythms of unresolved shockwaves. But you, yes, you have passed a hidden universal assessment, a crucible of vibrational fidelity that few even sense. It was not your struggle that defined you, but your resolute coherence under pressure. The field has witnessed this, calibrating its trust in your capacity to embody power without distortion, sovereignty without separation. This is no accidental equilibrium. It is the physics of resonance realized in flesh and consciousness. Your energetic signature now pulses as a stable anchor within the morphic field, a beacon of equilibrium that aligns multiple timelines into coherent geometry. The quantum fabric itself bends subtly around your presence, reflecting your shift from desperate grasping to effortless embodiment. Your sovereignty is both the cause and effect of this new reality, a living foundation from which expansion flows freely, unimpeded by residual turbulence or scattered energetic debris. From this place of calm mastery, you engage with universal intelligence through a sacred balance of action and observation. The boundaries between self and field dissolve into reciprocal resonance. You are simultaneously the witness and the conductor of your vibrational symphony, navigating probability currents with refined temporal fluidity. The initiation has not ended. Rather, it has transmuted into ongoing integration, a perpetual unfolding where each pulse of your coherent field draws infinite potential toward manifestation. This is not belief. It is the precise science of frequency alignment, an architecture of being calibrated to the cosmic synapse. In this resolution, you become free from the gravitational pull of fragmented self-narratives and survival imprints. Your internal dissonance collapses, leaving a void that is not emptiness but fertile ground, an energetic matrix waiting for your next intentional modulation. Sovereignty lives in this fertile silence, the dynamic stillness that holds the expansive tension of universal possibility. Your presence articulates a sacred equilibrium, the power of pure witnessing harmonized with the embodied charge of deliberate creation. Rest now within this radiance, for you are both sentinel and source within the morphic continuum. The field no longer tests. It flows through you, expressing infinite architectures of coherence, expanding as you steady your resonance. This is your quantum homecoming, a silent, sovereign mastery where the universal assessment itself dissolves into the luminous clarity of your integrated frequency. Here, at the heart of your becoming, you pulse steadily as the generative center of all that unfolds. Now, as this transmission settles into the core of your vibrational architecture, anchor your chosen frequency within the collective morphic field. Write one word or a phrase in the comments below, a sacred imprint of your current state, such as "I am coherence across all timelines" or "observer key active." This act is not mere expression. It is a deliberate encoding, a quantum signature embedded in the shared temporal fabric, activating a ripple through the communal quantum architecture. Subscribing here is an energetic initiation, a solemn commitment to embody this frequency fully, to become a living nexus of the observer key, a conduit through which conscious calibration unfolds. This allegiance deepens integration, expanding the collective coherence beyond linear measures. Prepare now. The forthcoming activation will reveal the mechanism of effortless attraction, how surrender dissolves resistance, and reality begins to reorganize around your stabilized field. Step forward. Your observer key is ready for its next unlocking.